Hey students and parents, this time for ELA, we're going to be talking about figurative language and metaphors. We're comparing two unlike things in a creative, poetic way using this figurative language. And when you talk about metaphor, you have to talk about simile because they're very related. Both of them are widely used by writers, poets, and everyday people. And why do we use them? It's more interesting, it's creative, it's poetic, it's a cool way to express yourself. They are different in the way that they're used. With a simile, we're comparing the two unlike things, and we're using the word like or as to compare them. When we're talking about metaphors, all we're doing is trying to paint a picture in your head, and we're directly stating one thing is the other. So let's go over some examples of metaphor. So if this lady says, "You are my sunshine," well, that's a really nice thing to say. You're comparing that person to sunshine. And what could that mean? When I think of you, I think about the sunlight and the sun, and it just makes me happy. So you are my sunshine. That's a great metaphor. Here's another example. This guy says he's a walking encyclopedia. He's comparing a person to an encyclopedia. Well, what meaning could that have? Well, it's probably that he's pretty smart. If you're comparing him to an encyclopedia has a lot of information and facts in it, and this person probably knows a lot of information and facts, so you use the metaphor to compare him to an encyclopedia. Here's another example of metaphor. This lady says, Franklin has a heart of gold. Well, you're comparing his heart to gold. Well, what could that mean? Well, it's probably that he's pretty nice and a caring person. Comparing someone's character or heart to gold means they are just a great, great person because gold is great. Another example of metaphor, he says, Mary's voice is music to my ears. Well, comparing her voice to wonderful music. What could that mean? Probably that her voice sounds good. Anything that she says sounds good. He probably likes her, and it's a great comparison using metaphor. Sometimes in poetry and literature, you'll see the use of extended metaphors or metaphoric phrases. The base metaphor is then used kind of again and again in different ways, leading back to the main metaphor. So let's go over some examples. So if we said the metaphor business is war, comparing business to people battling it out, we could use metaphoric expressions like the battle for control of the market, heavy artillery to combat the recession. So all these extended metaphor expressions lead back to the basic idea that business is war. Let's look at another one. The market is a predator animal. Talking about the economy and how it's pretty vicious, let's go over some extended metaphor expressions. The market scented blood. As prices fell, the shark took over. So these extended metaphor expressions leading back to the market as a predator animal just means people want to make money and they'll do whatever they do, even acting like a predator to make that money. Let's go over another one. Love is a journey. Couple are sailing. Their marriage was a rough ride. All these are expressions, metaphors, comparing two unlike things, leading back that love is a journey. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's hard, but it's a journey that you get through together. All right, let's see if you can write your own metaphor. So I'm gonna have these blank on the screen and give you a minute to think about what you can put for a metaphor and comparing each one to something else. Let's look at them together. My class is blank. Can you think of a good thing to compare your class to? One comparison you could say is, my class is a jungle. If you said this, that means your classroom is pretty crazy. You got a lot of characters in there and there's a lot going on. How about the next one? My friend is blank. Can you compare something to your friend? You could say, my friend is a knight in shining armor. What could that mean? Well, they're always there for you and they've helped you out when times were hard. They're a really good friend. How about the next one? Recess is blank. Can you come up with something to compare to recess? How about recess is a lifeline? If you said this, that means you really enjoy recess. So it's a great break from the monotony and you really enjoy it. You need it to get through the day. What about the next one? Homework is blank. Can you compare something to homework? How about homework as an anchor? If you said this, that means you got a lot of homework and you're always having to do it, and it doesn't seem like you can do anything you want to do at home and have fun because you have so much homework. I'm sorry. How about the next one? My bedroom is blank. Compare something to your bedroom. How about my bedroom is a sanctuary? That means it's a place that's safe, It's a place that's just yours, and it's a place you love to be. So that's a little bit about metaphors. We talked about what they are, the definition of a metaphor. We went over some examples, and we talked about how they're similar and different to similes, each one comparing two unlike things. I'll be posting this video as well as slides and practice pages for you to work on. I can post more information if you want. Just let me know. I can do that on Schoology. And if you want to Zoom with me on this lesson, just click on the link in Schoology.